God, it's Tuesday. Pull up a seat, talking Commanders football, drinking our whiskey neat. First Amendment sports, Ken, Kevin, and Tim. Don't muff it up, fellas, hail to the Redskins. Thank God it's Tuesday. Thank God it's Tuesday. Thank God it's Tuesday, here on First Amendment Sports.
Welcome to Tuesday night. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'm Ken Meringolo. He's Kevin Ricca.
Just a nice little victory Tuesday to wind up the season.
I love it. I love the victory. I love the smile on Adam Peters' face when they asked him, hey, draft status on the line. And he's like, I told him to tank. And he said, no. I loved the win. I love the touchdown by Josh Johnson. I love the happiness on our faces. I love the agony of defeat, even though whatever, they're going to the playoffs. I love doing it in Philadelphia. I love all of it.
And I love all of that too. And if we had tanked, we would never have the greatest stat of all time. The only quarterback that will ever possibly have a W under his belt as a Washington Redskin and a Washington Commander as a starting quarterback of this franchise is our guy, Josh Johnson. Add that to the list. Add that to the resume. By the way,
8 years apart, wins.
I believe 7 years.
7 years.
18 and 25. 7 years apart. He won one for the Redskins. He won one for the Commanders. And he's 2-9 in lifetime. Those were his only 2 wins.
Only 2 wins.
So, who cares about draft status when you have that factoid running around? Good job, Josh.
He might be too good of a closer. Like we almost don't.
For us.
For us.
Every 7 years, we're like, you know what? Let's reach down deep
and get that dub.
Whip out a Johnson and get the W.
He looked like a 30-year veteran, and just he moved a little bit like an older guy, but he used his legs. I mean, we're not going to obviously dig deep into this game. Where's that sound? Oh, is that coming from there? We're not going to dig down deep into the X's and O's of a Week 18 meeting this game, but it was fun to see him play. I think the thing I liked the most about besides no major injuries or anything like that was seeing them treat it like a regular game. And we always say, like, winning begets winning, losing begets losing. We've seen that be the case. I know 5-12 doesn't blow up anyone's skirt, but losing sucks. And like like Vince Lombardi said, it's as much of a habit as winning is. And so again, like to every famous coach gets a say in this. What was it? Herm Edwards, you play to win the game. Was that Herm?
Yes.
Who said that? Play to win. So anyways, the game is meant to be won. The game is not meant to be. I always say, like, the game's not meant. Everyone says the game's meant to be played.
Your life's on the line out there. You're playing one way, or else something's wrong with you.
It's meant to be won. The game is not meant to be played. It's meant to be won. So I want to also, Kev, want to say to our good folks, EO, Ken Harris, Robert Cohen, Greg Martin, Rhett is out there. Also, Harlan, our main man.
Yeah, man.
We'd love to see him on the board, but I know he's out there enjoying a little Irish whiskey tonight as we talk about
Cheers, brother.
The closeout of a season. So to Harlan. Luke's usually lurking. He likes to give us production notes and really save the day, as he always does. So anyways, we appreciate you guys. Now, I just want to say I have nothing to do. There's this new feature on YouTube, which I don't even see on our back end here because I'm going through Ecamm. But on YouTube, they have like these, they rank the board apparently. And like there's like crowns and they're called.
Like how hot they are?
I don't even know what
guys, did you submit? Was there for top?
It says top fans, and I was like, "Is that like is like a ripoff of OnlyFans?
The Temu OnlyFans?"
I'm like, I don't know what you guys are doing.
Oh no!
I'm not clicking on any links. But
it's like penny stocks as well, which is terrible, but also real. Can we trade that?
Apparently I don't know, but like they're ranking them as they go, and I just want you guys to know I have nothing to do with that.
Oh yeah, we aren't involved in those politics.
No one asks us anything. Whether you're a top fan or an only fan, it's all the same to us.
Yeah.
And also, we appreciate, as I was telling Kevin, it was a December to remember. We're up to 6.11K subscribers.
Holy moly.
We will look back and call it the season of subscribing. We had a great subscriber push. Now we're a little short of our 100,000 subscriber goal, but that's why you you set them up so you can knock them down.
There.
And we're a little bit further along, so 6.11 Ks, a lot of Ks, and we're looking for 100K. So just 93 and more K and change. That's all
some of the
work
feedback
together.
I heard over the holidays was that little more revealing outfit out of you might really, really work out down in this basement of yours.
I've decided that I am going to follow all the advice that comes in regards to that.
I never should have mentioned anything about it.
Writing that down. The Tankini it is. We will be joined by Keenan Hall, our Keenan Hall correspondent, Shark Meringolo. So we appreciate him being a part of it tonight as well as he is home for the holidays. But we're going to start the show with the news of the day and talk a little bit about the offseason on the brink that is officially underway. We always have this discussion. When does the offseason start? It is officially started, and it has started in a major way. We are in full offseason mode. What's up, J-Dubs? We're full off-season mode as of right now. Got some vacancies to fill. We don't yet, no player stuff's been, but that's going to happen fast too. The player decisions. So let's start with today. Cliff and Witt gone.
Yep.
Mutually, it was a mutual break. The breakup was mutual between Cliff and us. Apparently, we all parted ways amicably.
Yeah, we lost our wits, and it was an amicable breakup with Cliffy, which this sounds so Cliff. Yeah.
I mean, I hope he's in Bangkok, Thailand right now, charging up for another run.
Well, he's still with his Polish girlfriend.
Yes.
Veronica Bielik, and good for them. Good job, Cliff.
Everywhere's Bangkok, Thailand for Cliff. So it's great for him. It is great for him. I don't know if he wants to go. Do you think he stays pro, or do you think he goes back to college?
I don't know, but I know this. I know he calls fun stuff, and he's very innovative, and he was damn good for us in 24, and not bad for us in 25.
Yeah.
Not bad. Obviously, there's different stuff at it, but he hasn't won anything anywhere today. I was just looking at all that. He's never won any. He's been a part of some winning. He was handed some winning early in his career.
Yep.
Kevin Sumlin was like, "You come with me. I'm going to do all this great stuff, and you can follow along and take a ton of credit." You get Case Keenum, who's the all-time leading guy of all time, 19,000 yards passing. He's
Texas Tech?
all time. Yeah. So I was a little surprised, to be honest. I don't know how you guys felt. I was a little I was like, whoa. I knew Witt was gone. We all knew Witt was gone.
Not surprising.
I didn't want to hear about there was going to be some drama involved with Cliffy Boy, I thought.
Yeah.
I thought there would. Not that he had such a great year, but people just, he went 35-40 at Texas Tech, and the Arizona Cardinals couldn't wait to pounce on his ass. I mean, Ken, while he was the head coach of Texas Tech, he gave up 60 points 8 times. He gave up 40 25 times, and 37, damn near half of his games were over 30. The guy's an idiot when it comes to all that stuff. He's fancy as shit, and he knows offensive football, and he's been gifted. Some of the guys he's been gifted is remarkable. Patrick Mahomes. We talked about Case Keenum back in the day.
Dave Graham Harrell and Michael Crabtree.
He didn't have those guys. I checked that out. That was part of the thing I was looking at. But he had Johnny Manziel and Mike Evans for 1 year at Texas A&M.
That works.
He had. So I'm just telling you, dude, the most all-time touchdowns, yardage, and completions are Case Keenum at Houston. He was there a year before Cliff got there. He was quality control for 2 years. Then the last 2 years, he rides his horse all the way into the freaking sunset to go to Johnny Manziel and Mike. Then he goes 6 years and goes 35-40, turns around and gets a gig in Arizona where he flounders, has one good season.
Yeah.
And people just keep pouncing on this dude, and I get it. And I love a lot of the stuff
Offense
he did.
sells.
And it's true.
It's
true, but he is a one-man gang, it seems like to me. If the defense is holding up its end of the bargain, everything can be copacetic. But I feel like he was kind of a me guy at the end, and I think that's kind of what got us into this boat.
I don't understand the Kyler Murray dedication from him, and so to me that was the nail in his coffin. But he's going to be able to coach again.
5-1 odds, third most to get the Ravens job as of 2 minutes before we went live. That's what I was doodling around with. I wanted to see what the odds were.
Bisciotti saying, I love defense. We've always been. That's a defensive team in town.
The first two guys are Chris Shula, the D coordinator for the Rams, Don's grandson, and Jesse Minter, the D coordinator for the Chargers, who's 42. Chris Shula's 39. So those are the top two guys.
Shula's. I mean, I don't know.
It's just fun to hear that because I can't believe they fired Harbaugh.
If they fire Harbaugh and go Cliff Kingsbury, I'd be concerned. I'd be real concerned if I was a Baltimore Ravens fan.
That'd be tough.
I can see them.
That ain't happening.
Tripling down on a defensive guy and saying maybe we get back to what we do, because their defense was not good this year. And they couldn't make a decent running game stand up. So, and that's what that's how they've done it for 20 years. How about
he gave up 82 points? I just had to say it one time as a head coach. How do you look a man in the eye who's given up 70 twice? He gave up 82 points. 2014, TCU versus Texas Tech, final score. Texas Christian University, not very Christian in 2014. 82, Texas Tech, 27.
In the modern era.
Take that on the chin, Cliffy boy. I'm just saying.
Yep.
He's got, and that was for a 55-point loss. Don't worry, he's got a 56-point loss to Oklahoma. He gave up 70 multiple times. It's hard. That era was weird and everything, but like just the way he came up versus some other guys that we might be talking about later on in the program.
Okay, so I'd just like to make you a little. You and T would get a little bit uncomfortable, so I'll just say it and get it out there.
Do it.
And we can move right past it because I understand what's going on. Dan Quinn is our head coach in 2026, and there's no mistaking that. All I'm saying is, if I knew for sure that Cignetti would say yes, I know. See, exactly.
It's two different sports you're talking about.
Well, he's a professional football coach now.
You're talking about two different sports.
I understand. I understand. And I understand he's not.
Grumpy, bitter shit don't work up there. You get shut somewhere.
I mean, he's coaching millionaires.
Ask Ralph Friedgen.
That's true. But
this is.
But in this,
he's a hell of a coach. Let's not.
That's
even,
all. He's a hell of a coach. I would bet on him to win as a head coach for the next 10 years, wherever he's a coach. So, and he always leaves a place better off than he got there.
I want to see him do it a little bit right at this level before I.
That's right.
Before my bloomers.
I also want my Indiana friends. They're all on high on the hog, and I'm saying here's what
I don't know what your Indiana friends are doing, but they need to stop.
They need to get off the hog.
I don't know. I don't have any Indiana friends. Thank God.
Put the hog down, Indiana boys.
They seem weird.
If you get to enjoy Cignetti and undefeated in Mendoza and a championship run and a likely championship title. You get to have all that, and I want smiles on faces. Everyone should be happy. But it comes with some things, including having to listen to the whole world talk about how much they want your coach, your hot girlfriend, all the players who may or may not be leaving for the draft, and they got the Hoover pickup from TCU, that quarterback. We talked about him because that was the game. That was the opening game of the season for college football. TCU, and Hoover looked amazing. And now he's transferring to Indiana, and that's going to put him in a spot to make a run at the NFL. But Indiana fans have to. This is welcome to the show. Well, we get to talk about how much we want to. Go like pineapple on the doorstep style with Cignetti.
No,
I'm just repeating some things I heard Kevin say in the green room.
No, this is Ken has these thoughts and discusses these things without discussing it with me previously.
No, okay. Cignetti's not coming. I would love to be. I just want to hear the conversation.
Ken, put your Cignetti away.
I'm putting it away, but I want to hear the conversation when Tom Brady calls him. I just want to know what Tom Brady says to him. And it's going to be like, hey, we're giving you Mendoza. We'll give you all the money you want. You're all about winning. Our motto is just win, baby. Come to Vegas.
I don't even know what is. No. Cignetti is the worst Vegas representative of all time.
He's got a vowel at the end of his name. Just saying. All right, enough Cignetti. How about let's have a little buffer between Cignetti and the good stuff. The worst name I heard today as OC was Chip Kelly.
Oh, Jesus.
That's the worst name I heard today.
That's the worst name I've ever heard for any position that involved a team that had the colors burgundy and gold, not just the one I love.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want Chip Kelly anywhere near a football team that I'm enjoying. a little league team, St. John's College High School. Just stay away, Chip Kelly.
Chess team. I don't none of it.
Oh yeah, dude. Ew. No, please no. Please God no, not him.
I feel confident that our organization is not excited about adding that person to our fold. So I don't want to spend a lot of oxygen on it, but I wanted to spend some oxygen on the other name. I think that was the most named name today in terms of conversations. I mean, this is all new and fresh, and most of what we talk about today will be complete horse manure by morning. However, Brian Daboll is a guy who's available. Let's just start here. I think he's a good coach. I don't think he was unsuccessful in New York because he was a bad coach. He was unsuccessful and he had to be fired. But I don't think he was unsuccessful. Like, we've seen the bad coaches that are like the Ray Hanleys and the Rich Kotites, and you go down the line. We've hired a bunch of those idiots.
Jim Zorn.
Yeah. So like Daboll wasn't that, and he was stymied by like the craziest of things. I mean, for like week one last year, where Malik Neighbors catches a routine ball and the game's over and we lose that game. Little things like that, if you watch the Giants close enough, they happened all the time. And how much of that is on Daboll, whatever. But I'll just say I think he's a good coach, and he's a good coach.
Well, I think he's an incredible football coach, but obviously you can't say that about him as a head coach, and I'm not. I have respect for that position. But if we're talking about the offensive coordinator position, I think he's a wizard. I think if you ask many guys that he spent time with, mostly Josh Allen, who gives him all the. Josh Allen, remember, he was a. I don't want to say a project. He was raw. He wasn't a project. Everyone knew what type of athlete he was. He was a freak of nature that God created in his special lab.
Yeah.
But he was raw when it comes to the NFL, coming out of Wyoming and all that business. He gives Daboll all the credit in the world. I mean, for Christ's sake, Daboll was down there in Alabama winning the national championship, going through the whole Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa mix. I mean, he started in 1998-99 under Nick Saban. He spent 6 years and then another couple years under Belichick. You want to talk about a proven record? He's the 2020 AP Assistant Coach of the Year, 22 AP Head Coach of the Year. This guy's won some shit. I know I'm not kicking our boy Cliff on the way out the door, but I feel like he broke up with this in a weird fashion, and I think we might have even dumped him a little bit. But whatever it is, he never won shit. This guy Daboll, although he floundered as a head coach in New York, no doubt about it. A lot of offensive coordinators aren't great head coaches and vice versa. But this guy, his development of Josh Allen, what he's done, dude, he when he was in freaking in New England, he was a tight ends coach. You know who this guy was? Gronkowski.
Yep.
Like, everything he touched turns into greatness. Every guy he comes around,
when he has the time
improves.
to do that.
When he's coaching, not
when he's
managing. And when you are the head coach, you are essentially you are a psychiatrist. You're a team manager. You
CEO.
You're a CEO of every. You have so many hats to wear, so many titles. When you're coaching offense, you're the O coordinator. And that's, I think, a little bit about what happened with our boy Cliff and Adam Peters. Stay in your own lane. You coach the offense. No one needs to hear you talking about Terry and running your mouth. And whose idea was it for you to be talking that shit in the press conference anyways? And I didn't think about all that then. We weren't, we were so wide-eyed and ready for that season. We would never have noticed any of that shit. So.
Well, let me ask you this, based on what you just said about head coaching and managing. Do you think the defensive coordinator that we hire has to be calling the defense, or do you think that in his third year of the Dan Quinn era, like Dan Quinn has to be the defensive play caller?
No, I don't think Dan Quinn has to be the defensive play caller. This defense.
Do you think the new DC has to be the caller?
Dan Quinn has to be the point man in the overhauling of this pathetically horrific defense.
Yeah.
We got about half a dozen guys that need to come back, and I don't know what else. But I'm talking about scheme, coaches. We're talking about we're going to go check everything. That's what we hear all the time, make changes. Well, they sure as hell started. I think the biggest and first ones are everything else is coming quickly.
It's going to all happen. I mean, you get rid of the coordinators. I mean, that's as big as it gets in terms of ideology and scheme, philosophy on both sides of the ball. And obviously, we kind of keep our defensive philosophy because Dan Quinn is in place. But on the offensive side, I don't know how much of it I believe, but people say Dan Quinn is not in love with the no huddle. He doesn't want to no huddle as much as Cliff did. Now, obviously, I don't think that caused the breakup, but the next guy who comes in probably isn't going to be like, maybe won't be. And I'll be interested to see what I think Brian Daboll can come in and say, here's what I'm going to do with Jaden Daniels and, Bill, in the backfield and whatever you give me a wide receiver and tight end.
There's no doubt we're going to get away from some of the philosophy of Cliff, some of the outside the box. I don't even want to say gimmicky. I like a lot of the stuff he did, and I wouldn't refer to it as gimmicky. I love his screen packages. I love his creativity. Just I don't like how he uses it all the time, or the timing of it. Sometimes it's a little ass chapping, especially for a defensive coordinator. I can imagine trying to coincide with him as a DC can't be easy with some of the stuff he does and some of the risk taking, but it's also some of the philosophies of Dan Quinn. So that's what we are. On fourth down and inches, we may throw a fade. And we did it last year and it worked out great. This year, not so much. We'll see what happens in year 3 here. But offensively, I do believe we need to do something to ensure a more safe future for Jaden Daniels. And I'm not the guy that says anything about, hey, slide and all that bullshit. You got to play the game one way. But what we can do is take some of the options out of his hands. And some of these open screens and gimmicky looks have left him unprotected. And I think part of the deal right now is to move forward.
Very Spurrier-esque.
It was. When we were trying to block defensive ends with second-year tight ends half their size. Anyways, I think we were going to get to a more traditional offense and a more traditional NFL style of play. And I've read that every which way. It's not like I sat here and created this in my head, and it does make sense to me.
And you have a guy
moving forward. Who can make plays with his feet, but I don't know that we need to continuously run him.
He's a
after
great
what
thrower.
We saw this year because he's the most accurate passer in the league last year and in league history as a rookie. Let's focus on that. We got 2 of the best pass blocking tackles, and Connerly and Tunsil for 1 more, but hopefully a re-sign. Those guys are great. Cosme coming back in a healthy year. We got to shore up some of the up front, and I know Beata struggled a bit last year, but man, dude. I love what Daboll has done. Look, here's where he's been, Ken. He's been the QB coach for the Jets, the OC for Cleveland, Miami, Kansas City, New England, Alabama's championship, Buffalo, and then the head coach of the Giants. Like, this guy's been around the NFL block. He's not some new toy that we're trying to test drive in the backyard, man. This is and like I said, he has won. He has won titles. He has won rings, college rings. Super Bowl rings. This guy's seen greatness. He's been around a bunch of great players, and he's going to be somebody, I think, with his personality and his energy that meshes perfectly with DQ. Yeah. Don't you think? Like two ball guys, they might be headbutting relentlessly. It's going to be like a pool game.
Obviously, anyone who's been in the NFC East against us carries like a little bit of a mark on them, and whatever. That's because I'm a dummy, and that's just. But I love the idea of Daboll. Like the idea of so Cliff Kingsbury as an offensive genius, I thought it was at times it kind of caught up with him in the sense that he really tried to outsmart himself or the league. And on defense, we were witness to it, and we've been witness to it for a long time. Like when you talk about traditional offense, there are just things you can do. This guy's always going to be open here in this situation. This guy's always going to be open here in this situation. All that matters is that you have a quarterback who can compute that fast enough and get rid of the ball fast enough and not try to be like, okay, and I'm waiting for this guy to slide, so then I'm going to take a step to the right, and then I'm going to, you know what I mean? Like, Jaden Daniels can put it on this part of someone's shoulder in 5 yards, and on 3rd and 4, we haven't had that in forever.
No, and it's true. And listen, to get down to the fundamentals, the building blocks, this offense is extremely unique to the NFL. In fact, no one runs this version, this style, this hybrid offense that we run. So you want to get down to brass tacks. I love using your old school thingamajiggies. Every day we're going against them in offseason, trying to get better. Iron sharpens iron, and this is what DQ talked about. We're going to raise these, high tide raises all ships. Every saying known to man. Well, if our defense is going up against this uniquely hybrid offense relentlessly over and over again, well, they're not seeing a look. You know, they're going to get a scout look and all that, but I'm talking about when we're really, really getting it. So when I think more traditional up front, we're going to keep some parts of this offense and some of the stuff that we do well, because Dan Quinn always talks about let's bottle the things that we do well, get rid of the stuff we don't. We'll bottle some of that stuff, but I think our philosophy is going to be a little bit different. And I think game tempo is certainly at the heart of what we're going to try and change. The defense has to have a hand in tempo as well. We can't just rely on the offense to control it and leave us, leave the offense.
What about hiring John Harbaugh as our special teams coordinator.
You know what? I think he's available, but it might be briefly. His agent did say 7 teams have contacted him. There's only 7 teams
inside the first hour,
and one of them's Baltimore. What if they're like,
We're like, what are you?
Rashadi's like, I was drunk.
Can I get an interview?
No one said a word to me about this.
Who do you like for DC? Anybody? I haven't heard a lot about it. I mean, I know I don't know that we're linked necessarily to anyone right away.
And that's when I first thought about, when I first heard these 2 guys were gone, I was like, we've talked about developing talent within this building, and we've made all these amazing hires on this staff. Let's develop this talent. But I think we're going to have to make too many changes on defense to develop within. And who the hell could it be? I mean, we're going to give it to a guy that did this years ago. We're not going to give it back to DQ. That's very interesting. And I know that they've been on it long before we've been talking about it, but I don't have a clue, except for I knew damn well that we were at our wits' end as of.
What about Bobby Wagner?
I mean, wouldn't that be great? He's got one more semester at Howard.
He's got one more. No, he graduated.
Did he?
Yeah.
So they said Howard, but he did already.
Yeah, he graduated like before week 17, I think.
I just figured he was on my plan. He was doing like the extented version of college in DC.
Stay in school. We always say stay in school.
Be cool. Stay in school.
There's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with staying in school.
Yeah.
I think Bobby Wagner can still play football, and if he wants to, he should be able to. And someone's going to continue to pay him cash money to tackle people. And I don't know if it's going to be us, but I don't even know if he's going to be a good coach. But I look at D'Amico Ryans in Houston. He came into the league as a coach pretty quick, got to coordinator level pretty fast, became a head coach pretty fast. But he's not on the same level necessarily as I thought. D'Amico Ryans was a great linebacker. I don't know that he's a Hall of Fame linebacker like Bobby Wagner, but those Antonio Pierce, I don't think we're in terms of linebackers who became coaches.
Say, what about my guy from Atlanta? I mean, that's just the obvious choice. I mean,
your guy from Atlanta. Don't tell me, Brian Griffin.
No, our guy, our former Redskin coach, just recently,
Raheem. Okay, that's the only name I heard today. Someone suggested Raheem Morris.
It's the only name I heard today. And I know they're tight, but that's asking, like, he's a great football coach. He should be in the mix for one of the 6 head coaching jobs. I think we could pull him off.
He is a great football coach.
Cool.
God, he's almost like Josh Johnson in the sense that I look at him and I'm like, how many times, he just bounces around and people keep, obviously he must be a good coach. But
being a head coach of that, it's crazy.
If we had an offensive-minded head coach, I would be wary of bringing in a Raheem Morris only because it's like that retread taste in your mouth, and it's not a good taste.
No. He doesn't have that.
He's been
one
around.
of the most well-respected.
I understand, but he's been around.
People in the league.
Why doesn't someone just keep him on staff?
Because head coaches don't last. This is the NFL.
Hired to be fired.
Jim Harbaugh just got fired today. 18 years, 3 losing seasons, a Super Bowl, 12 Super Bowl appearances, a winning playoff record. People would cut something off if he was their coach, and now he's been cut off. I mean, when seven teams call it instantly, obviously that's who the hell you are.
So who was the OC in Baltimore? Munkin? Was he fired too, or do you know this?
Jesus Christ! You always think I'm the Baltimore Ravens beat reporter.
Get him on the phone.
Hey, Brian Dable, what did he have for dinner last night? Ken, you aware of any of this?
I'm like, Kevin, what do you think?
Why do you always ask me these questions?
That's my job. That is my job.
No, it's not.
But I guess the point I was making is that it seemed like everyone was making this about Lamar versus John, and I don't know if that's ever true or not. But anything you read, especially on social media, which is the worst place ever, but anything you really read and that was reported on was asking Lamar Jackson about John Harbaugh and asking John Harbaugh about Lamar Jackson, and both of them, gave kind of gutsy answers after losing. And then in the coming days, the Ravens and Harbaugh just heaped praise on Lamar Jackson. And as soon as that happened, I believe it was yesterday. I believe it went from we just lost, this hurts, I'm not thinking about the future. Don't ask me about John Harbaugh from Lamar's side, and John Harbaugh saying the same thing, to yesterday them being like, Lamar is the greatest, we love him, he's awesome, can't do it without Lamar. And then I was like, oh God, that's not good for John Harbaugh. I can't believe he's fired, but I also at the same, do you know how many years he coached in Baltimore? Was it
18? I know.
Yes!
He was 18 years in Baltimore as the head coach.
So that's great. So he is, he's well on his way to a Hall of Fame coaching career. on his way.
Rashadi said that in the exit statement, but he's like, but instead, we're going to get someone else.
I don't understand.
I don't either.
He's young-ish.
What if they didn't? What if they made that field goal and then won a playoff game or two? It'd just be, status quo? Like, what? Did that field goal, is that shitty-ass field goal the reason why an 18-year Hall of Fame head coach has to beat the bricks? Like, what the hell, man?
I don't.
Obviously, there's some stuff going on, but
Sure.
winning cures everything.
Winning does cure everything.
And they didn't win.
So, all right. I mean, okay. I would love, again, he would be my first choice for special teams coordinator. Just throwing that out there. I saw a good stat. 175 carries, 805 yards, 8 touchdowns. Rookie campaign, 7th round draft pick. Ja'Cory Kratzky-Merritt. If I remember back to August, us watching him play, and the understanding who he was as an athlete and why he dropped to the 7th round and why he bounced around in college. He ran hard. He ran hard right away. But he was a rookie. He did rookie things. 175 carries for 800 yards and 8 touchdowns. I'm like, all right, like that's above average. First and foremost, it's a solid rookie camp. He wasn't the main guy. We lost, obviously. We had Brian.
He's not going to be,
and
next
he's not
year
going.
either.
But if you get 800 yards and 8 touchdowns from not your main guy,
It's awesome.
That's pretty good.
It's awesome. And the ability to house call, the ability to catch the ball in the backfield a little bit will get better, and his blitz pickup will come around.
He had some good ones.
It was great at the end of the year.
Yes,
that's what he struggled with early on. That's why he wasn't getting on the field.
Sure,
we've seen that story 100 million times. Rookie running back struggles at blitz protection. Well, no shit. It's like Chinese arithmetic.
He's gonna get
plus. Then you got to fight somebody. Figuring it out is the hard part. And then guess who's coming? I mean, that ain't easy neither. So what I do dig is
they were a little more comfortable with him in pass protection once Mariota and Josh Johnson got it. They were like, well, let's give him an extra. Let's give him another chance.
Well, that's when Josh got it, and we went under center every time, and everyone lost their shit. They're like, why weren't we doing this all year?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we be under center more? I like both.
Yeah.
I wish we mixed in a little bit more of both. I don't want to be as shocking, but I want to get rid of it. There's a time and a place. You know what I mean? And for us, it was every time, every place.
Yeah.
I like to see us pick and choose our spots a little more with this next iteration of this offense.
Do you have, just to close out and be done with the hardball topic for the night, do you have a place he's gonna, unless he's like going Vrabel style?
You know exactly what's gonna happen.
So is he going to the Giants?
Does
he take a year off? These guys.
No. He is. These hardballs are built weirdly. You've seen them. They're odd birds. They can't stop. Like he's not. What's he gonna go to a freaking? Where's he gonna go?
He's not going to
beach?
Bangkok.
Where's he gonna go? Hang out at the bar and be cool? Like no, he's a freaking. He's a machine. This is what he does. This is what he is. This is his identity. He will coach instantly, and he will go to the Giants. He'll legitimize them to a degree. I'm not saying he's going to turn it all around up there.
Yeah.
But that guy will bring them legitimacy. I think we know that. I don't think I don't know what their problem is. They're like us. They get hurt all the damn time, and they get a shit ton of terrible luck. But they got a ton of talent for him up there on that defensive end. That defensive line, you give John Harbaugh that D-line, then allow him to do what he does on the special team side of things and figure out what to do with this rookie quarterback.
Sure.
And Malik Neighbors is no joke. Scatterboo coming back off an injury, you got places and people and stuff that John Harbaugh could work with. So I hope it's not him. I don't know what you guys think, but I think we all agree. We hope it's not him.
I hope it's not him too. And I thought I was trying to think of like the best spot for a coach like that. It's not that I don't care about John Harbaugh, but I do care about 18-year Hall of Fame caliber coaches in the league and where they go. I definitely don't want him coming to my backyard. But at the same time, I look at him like I looked at Vrabel. Everyone knew Vrabel was going to coach again, and we've seen it a number of times in the past where a guy coach takes a year and then he comes back. Sean Payton did it, not necessarily by choice, but he
but also he did other things by choice.
He did other things by choice.
Let's just say he enjoys his off time.
He enjoys
his downtime.
Very
so
much.
does Rex Ryan. There's some coaches out there that enjoy their downtime.
And they got the money. I mean, ever since you started paying guys $9 million a year to coach in the NFL, just remember who you're paying. We're talking about football coaches. Now, a real football coach is a bike short wearing, cigarette smoking, canned beer chugging, film watching.
That was like 40 years ago.
I know, but that's the mold, and like obviously it's changed now. Now they're more metrosexual with the McDaniels and the Kingsburys, but like the real true
Two
guys,
outliers to the exceptions.
I mean, if you look at the football coaches, that's who they are. These are still, and now you're giving them $9 million a year. Yeah, they got, by the way, $9 million for the Harbaughs of the world. You know how many like Dockers that family can buy with $9 million?
He has one smelly ass pair of Dockers.
Yeah.
He just saves all his money for non-pant related items.
I want to see him spend. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. New York Giants. If you're a Hall of Fame coach, you believe wherever you go is going to get better because you're a good coach. So he shouldn't take a year off. If he wants to take a job, he probably believes wherever I go will be better because of me. Not egotistically, just because he's a great coach.
How about how much money got flashed at him in the last 24 hours?
Yes.
Let's be honest. Bottom line.
But best division to jump into right now, I don't think is the NFC East. Just going to throw that out there. I think it's the NFC South. Atlanta Falcons' job is open there. I don't know if the Saints' job is open or not.
No, but Penix,
so
3 ACLs. Kirk Cousins just
I think they will do whatever it takes to get it, and then the coach to make whatever decision he wants, who comes in. But you're talking about a division with the three teams tied. The three top teams were tied at 8 and 9. This is a division that's begging for someone to grab it by the throat. NFC East, you come in, you got to deal with Philadelphia on an annual basis. You think we had the NFC championship game, Redskins, a year ago, and Dallas is always competitive. Let's just put it that way. So, anyways, I'm gonna
say it's the shittiest defenses in all of the land in our division. We got the Giants, shitty D, the Redskins, and the Cowboys, the worst of them all. Maybe maybe us.
I will, but what the good thing? I just like a Scatterboo. Jackson Dart, it's like it's not boner killing, but it's like boner like slashing. I'm just saying it's a slow boner death. No. All right.
No.
Well,
they got Malik Neighbors.
But who's?
And I'm not gonna be complicit in this metaphorical nightmare.
like a speed, working like a speed bag. You know what I'm saying?
And I do.
Right.
But
I don't why it's that team has been a coach killer for years. I know it's New York and I know they have Super Bowls but it's
buttloads of money and a fan base that absolutely loves it. And
Harbaugh's not a New York guy. I just don't see him.
But like you said, he's a football coach.
Yep.
Brian Daboll is a New York guy, born in Canada, raised in upstate New York, and they got him. They got rid of him quickly.
I think he has to coach
fresh ass Jordans and get on out of here.
He has to coach a team that plays outside. I will say that. No domes.
I'm going to allow.
And that's really all I had. That's everything I wrote down. He has to coach a team that plays outside.
Domeless.
Be the special teams coordinator for your brother for 1 year in LA. And also a place where hardballs don't belong. And then...
Why would anyone ever do that for their asshole brother?
I don't know. It would be fun. It would for me, personally.
All
right. How about we covered any other... My player thought was Bill this week because I love that stat. 800 yards, 175 carries,
cool
8 touchdowns. It's like, okay, that we can work with that. That's a player that makes our offense better.
He was my one positive prediction that came true.
Yes.
Son of a bitch.
And his game translates down the road. I mean, we've had flash in the pan running backs. Everyone has. That's the way running backs work. The way he plays, and we have done a good job of finding men who play the running back position like badass men, like Rodriguez, McNichols. No one's racing to sign them, but they play physically. They play dynamically, and they're unlike Brian Robinson, who I liked. Between Eckler, McNichols, Rodriguez, and Bill, they ran a different way.
Did I mention that Cliff Kingsbury had Pat Mahomes when he lost all those games at Texas Tech as a starter? Did I forget to mention that? Sorry.
No.
Did I mention that he also had Baker Mayfield?
Oh, no, we didn't talk about Baker.
Did I mention that he is like in his 10 combined years of coaching at Texas Tech and 4 at Houston. Those 10 defenses all gave up over 30 points per game. He's only used to one game. It's offense, go score fast because we're getting killed, we're losing, we got to, or pace. He doesn't understand the other side, I don't think, quite the way that you would assume a gentleman of his abilities would.
EO.
10 years of 30 points over? Oh, my God.
We got to get EO working on this. EO, me and you, let's trade some emails this week. The name of the song is Everywhere is Bangkok, Thailand. If you're Cliff Kingsbury. That's the name of the song. Is it a country song? Is it a EM song? Is it a
It's the
folk
Thailand
song? Is it a Thailand song? Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Everywhere is Bangkok. And in parentheses, if you're Cliff Kingsbury.
And then do we just get never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, we're gonna do it
Kevin,
all.
don't jump into that. Don't do that. Just,
All right.
Man, it's a different island.
We have a special segment this evening. Why don't you come on up and join us here, Shark? Greg, lay out our playoff. We're going to talk a little playoffs, and we're going to talk a little nonsense. We got Keenan Hall. Welcome to the show, sir. Appreciate your
Hello, sir.
presence. Let's see where. There
Hello.
you go. Get in there. Get in. Do I have you up? Yeah, I got you up. All right.
Hear me?
There's 2 Merengolos on the set.
Here, come on.
Look at that screen.
Come in a little bit. Let's get you in there. That's where so can I know and I appreciate, even if you're lying to me, which I would ask you to continue to do, but I appreciate the fact that you bring the Notre Dame crew into our Tuesday night experience. So thank you for that. Some Redskins fans, obviously, because we got some Golden Domers on the squad.
Yeah, for sure.
I saw today Jeremiah Love drafted at number 8 to the team right behind us that I can't think of off the top of my head, but I don't care because they're behind us. But he is being projected as a top 10 pick. I don't think we have the luxury of drafting a running back at number 7. And if we trade back, he'll be gone. I believe that. But how much fun? Because you went to every game this year.
Mm-hmm.
How much?
Every home game.
Every home game. What was your favorite? What was your favorite experience as a Notre Dame football? Because I haven't yet experienced it, but let's just say everyone understands that there's something going on there.
The Syracuse game was awesome, 70-7.
Ooh.
That doesn't seem very not
That
very
sounds like
Catholic.
Kingsbury was coaching them other
You going
boys.
to Cliff?
Was Kingsbury? Was he at Syracuse that day?
It was like 21-0 in the first 5 minutes. The offense, we got 3 pick sixes in a row, and the offense hadn't come out yet. We were up 3 possessions.
So the crowd
awesome.
was going wild, is what you're
was
saying.
insane.
Yeah, that's
It was
a good
awesome.
start.
Yeah.
That's important to a young
Make sure you
fan.
tuck right in there.
I like that. Because, you get settled in, you're trying to figure it out, but all of a sudden the energy hits and it's 21-0.
Yeah.
Now it's on. Now the party has started.
And your freshman quarterback.
Oh,
The good thing, like we talked about this when you weren't here, but the cool thing about having a freshman quarterback like Carr is that you don't leave Notre Dame. Quarterbacks only come to Notre Dame, and the Riley Leonards, now I'm going to forget his name, but they've been importing dudes. Sam Hartman was imported.
Yeah.
So to be able to have a guy for multiple years, because these guys are professional athletes, right? You have a classmate at Notre Dame who's making millions of dollars a year to play football. Any football players in your dorm?
Jeremiah Love is a Keenan Knight.
What?
get out of here.
Yes.
How about that?
He lived in my dorm last year.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
So the way it
Insane.
works at Notre Dame is your
Yeah.
dorm is your family. There's no Greeks. There's no fraternities and sororities. So that's why we always shout out to Keenan Hall. So Jeremiah was a Keenan guy. All right. Well, I assume we'll get him on the show. Then.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Obviously.
I'll send the invite.
That's a verbal contract. We're gonna work on that. All right. So Greg's got this thing tonight. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. We're gonna talk about the playoffs. They start on Saturday.
Saturday.
By the
too.
way, just to throw this out there, this show began as a football show with me, Kevin, and T, and it remains a football show with me, Kevin, and T. This is a football show forever. It's eternal. Football is at the core of everything. If you love football, starting Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday is the greatest stretch of football, I believe, of the entire year. You have semifinals.
Thursday, Friday.
And they're great matchups. And then you have 3 days of playoffs in a bracket that looks pretty damn cool. Anyways, it's this. They've built this into something. We need to appreciate
we
it.
all needed 27 hours of football in 5 days.
Yes.
Because I can't wait to tap the vein, but like I don't know if I need it.
No, but it's but now
It's amazing. It's gonna be amazing.
It's absolute. Because again, it's wall to wall, top games. All right, so here's the plan: 12 teams playing wild card weekend. 12 questions about those games. We can only use each team once as an answer, and Kevin always is like the best person to keep in track. And at the end, because I negotiated this. Now I do not know the questions, but I did negotiate this. At the end, we can all make one flip flop.
I like
so
it.
If you want to take notes, I must have a pen around here somewhere. Let's see. Open the drawer.
It's good.
Get a pen. Here, grab a pen from right there. All right, so we're gonna get this. All right, so at the end we can make one flip flop because you can only use teams once. All right, number one. Which home team? Right there on the next to the tissues. Which home team is your stone cold lead pipe lock of the century of the week to win in the wild card round? Now I'm going to go ahead and flash up this graphic. Here we go. All right, so the wild card round: 2 5-4s, 2 3-6s, 2 7-2s, 2 1s sitting and
Who's
watching.
your lock? Your choices are Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, New England, Carolina, Philly, and Chicago. If you don't mind, I'm going to jump up and give my answer.
Yeah, who's your lead pipe?
My lead pipe home win of the week is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, that's bold. I am betting on the 49ers.
Well, you better hope that they come up with some defense between now and then because
yes,
they're about to get tush pushed.
They're going to get
right in their
They're going to get their shit pushed in. But I will say my lead pipe lock of the week. I hate to use him this early, and I don't know because I don't know the rest of the questions, but I don't think there's any way the Patriots lose it this week. So I'm going to go Patriots.
Ooh, just no Herbert love.
You know what? I love Herbert, but I don't think I think the Patriots can be tripped up. I just don't think it's by the Chargers.
All right, so home lock.
Wait, is this it has to be home?
Home.
Home team. So I
Patriots are home. Patriots are home.
Still got that. All right, so the home teams: Carolina, Philly, Chicago.
Jacksonville. I mean,
Yeah. Well, Jacksonville. Did you like Jacksonville over Buffalo?
no, I'm saying, all right. What are my
Yeah.
choices?
Your
here?
choices
Jacksonville,
are-
Bears.
Yeah, the AFC, it's Jacksonville, Pittsburgh, New England. In the NFC, it's Carolina, Philly, Chicago.
Well, you took Philly and you took Patriots.
You can take.
I took Philly. You can take whoever you
You can
want.
take whoever you want, but you can't take them again.
But you can't take them again. There's 14
okay.
questions, 14
All right.
teams.
I mean, I like New England here. I really do. I think. I don't know. I think they're the way to go here.
I think so too. They're hot. There is probably a hotter. There's only one hotter team, I think, than them in the playoffs, and they're not at home this week. All right. So number 2, did he already give it to us?
I have not seen it, but anything could possibly happen. There's no one that could possibly get any of this right, and if someone does, God bless you.
Let's see. Let me get rid of this.
Here we go.
The Patriots are just so good right now. All right, here we go. Which away team is your stone cold lead pipe lock of the century of the week?
I think we're all going to have a similar choice here. I'll go
Let's
and get
go
it out of
back.
the way. If you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Obviously, the Los Angeles Rams at Carolina as 10.5-point favorites.
Yeah, put me down for Rams. I think that's the
it's
easy
hard.
answer.
It's hard to not ram it up there.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right.
I mean, they're
Road
road-
lock.
Again, but here's the only thing I'll say, and I believe Carolina played the Rams already this season. And I believe it was a much tighter game than it should have been.
Did they beat them?
Yeah, I believe it.
I think they beat them.
I believe they beat them.
All the more reason why I stand by my answer.
Yes. So I don't know why the Carolina Panthers have been sneaking past my bets every single week, but they have, and here I am saying Rams again. Number 3, which team? Let's see. Here we go. All right, which team is most likely to lose by 10 or more points in the wild card round? Throwing the bracket back up again. 10 or more points in the wild card round. Oh, I
mean,
you would say Carolina.
I mean, I
probably.
just have to. It's what I just said.
All right,
so
I'm gonna
I stick to my story.
I'm gonna say, and this is team, not away or home. I'm gonna say the Steelers because this gives me a chance to talk about the Texans without wasting them as a play here. I think the Texans are on fire, and I like who's this? Real Live John? Who's that? There he is, Jags. Real Life John? Is that our guy? That's that's Day-Day's dude. What's up, man? What's up, John? Like, I don't disagree with the Jags being a hot team and being good enough to lay it on Buffalo, but I like the Texans have been the Texans are the hottest team in the playoffs right now. They won 9 straight. They got the number 1 defense, and
8 of those 9 wins against non-playoff teams.
Sure,
I know. I'm just saying.
But they
Denver's got a lot of that business also. There's
they
some
beat people up.
Stuff.
They beat people up on defense, and you know, like we all know, like stopping the run is manning up, and they do it every single week. Yeah, Houston is just so. I mean, obviously they got to prove it. They've not proven anything in terms of anything. What are you thinking?
I mean, maybe Bills here. I know we took Rams.
Yeah,
Bills are.
No. This is just close. You can't take. Forget about what we take. You just can't take. You took the Rams. Yes.
We all took Rams.
Yes.
Rams
My bad.
I mean, I don't know.
So you think the Bills are the most? Do you think Jacksonville is good enough to lay it on the Rams? I'm sorry, lay it on the Bills.
Am I saying that the Bills will beat Jacksonville by 10 or more?
You can. If you say that, then you're saying Jacksonville.
We're picking the team that's going to lose by more than 10.
Lose.
We're picking the loser.
Okay.
So
okay, I'll go Jaguars.
Oh yes,
I got you, Greg.
Yes.
I got
Okay,
you. I'm.
That's
all right.
We have to pick every.
Hey.
Hold on. I'm gonna work on it. Go ahead.
Mr. Tally Rhodes in the house. St. John's, by the way, right here. In fact, I'm flanked by St. John's people.
Yeah,
so,
you got brilliant cadet grads all over the place.
That's right. So Jag's gonna lose. You know what? It's such.
That's the game I want to watch.
It's the game I want to watch, and it's the game I do not want to bet on, and therefore I will not bet on it.
No,
I want to watch that without having to worry. I just because I don't know, and I think that's the key, knowing what you don't know. What's number 4, Greggy?
What was the final answer, Dylan?
Jags.
Got it. Which team causes the most turnovers of the games in the wild card round?
Okay,
all right.
We're getting an update from Matthew W. J. Boylan. Monken is still on staff in Baltimore. Appreciate you, bro.
Our crack research team.
Dude, I'm telling you, put it on the street, it comes right back to you.
So the hive mind of this area.
All right, let's go back to the bracket. So what were we saying again?
I have a good answer for it.
This is the
I'll
team.
buy you guys some time.
The team that causes the most turnovers of the game in the wild card round. And okay, so let's say okay, so if I'm gonna talk defense, I gotta talk defense. My favorite defense is not playing this week. It's Denver. So I would say I think the team that's gonna cause the most turnovers is going to be. I think it's gonna be the Buffalo Bills.
Ken likes the Bills.
Yeah.
Dylan, you got an answer? You need some time?
I'll circle back.
It just jumped out at me, and I got to go Chicago Bears here.
I was going to say the Bears.
I think they're going to be in the turnover mix.
But so, like, the whole key to that game, and as we're saying,
I like the Texans pick
thought?
too.
Think about it for a second, because I'll say this one thing about Chicago. Jordan Love sat in the final week of the season when he was cleared from concussion protocol and they rested him, which I totally appreciate and respect. Just as who cares if you win or lose when you're not going to playoffs, if your seed's locked up, rest your guys. When he has protected the ball, he's been one of the best quarterbacks in the league by a lot. And he played in 2 years ago in the playoffs. Well, he's been showing up for big games, but he has had games. I mean, because they come in batches for him, like bunches. The turnovers,
it's bunches of batches, and we're not even sure anymore.
If he can protect, if he can play ball security, if he can get the ball in the hands of his receivers, not put it on the ground, I think Green Bay rolls. But
not with that defense.
They
don't know their other offensive weapons are banged up. Their best tight end's gone. Like they got to figure something out on offense. That defense might swallow them whole.
It might, and it's in Chicago.
Well,
what are you thinking?
That's their best bet.
Yeah, I was looking at that Green Bay Bears game. I was thinking Green Bay maybe, but I'll go Bears here. I agree with you there.
Go Bears. Weather's going to be a factor in Chicago in January. I don't know necessarily what's happening there yet. I don't think weather will be a factor in Jacksonville. I don't think weather will be a factor in some of the indoor places. And you're a guy who knows all about how many points you can get off turnovers quick, fast, and in a hurry. But by the way, you're cool. I mean, we're going Marines here, but you are an Army. You're officially a member of the United States Army.
Not yet.
In training.
Yeah,
in training. You're in an apprenticeship. So, but you got to get us an Army thing.
All right, yeah, I'll figure it out.
Figure it out.
We have a 5 though.
We have a 5.
Which team scores the most points in the wild card round? Can't pick the same team.
All right, this is where I need to have eyeballs on what I've picked so far. Let's go back to the bracket. All right, highest scoring team in this week's game. Man, I've already picked some of the ones that I would otherwise have said. All right, I'm going to say Bills.
Ken says Bills.
I'm just going to drop the Bills. And I think that's me and Ken Harris are on the same. Oh, and Greg Martin is as well.
Oh, my God. You guys all three said it?
Mm.
Don't steer clear of the Buffalo Bills.
Don't go near the Buffalo Bills. Highest scoring team.
Did I say Rams already?
Yeah, you did.
All right.
And by the way, I would have liked to have had the Rams available as well.
All right. I'm going to go with the New England Patriots.
Yeah, that's if you haven't picked them yet. Yeah. You and I already have. Dylan, you and I have already picked the Pats. I think. Who do we have left?
Dylan has taken New England, the Rams, the Jags, and Chicago.
Are you feeling 49?
I'm telling you, if you were asking me for some advice on who you haven't picked yet, if they win, if they get going, and the only way they can win is if they score a shit ton of points, San Francisco 49ers is the only team that needs to be the highest scoring team of the week because you said it already. They're going to have to score points.
And because they scored 3 against Seattle last week.
And that's not a lot. And they kind of wanted to win, I believe.
0.75 points per quarter.
Okay, so it's a tough one. We go.
I'll say Texans here. I'll put Texans.
All right.
Have I put Texans down?
Nope.
Mr. Ricca?
Nope.
Right.
You got Houston. And here we go.
I love the Mr. Ricca drop.
Yeah. It's fine. We'll get there. We'll work on that.
We have number 6. Here we go. Let's throw it up there on top of the. Which team scores the least points in the wild card round? Well, we just talked about one of the teams who's point challenged. I haven't said Carolina yet. I'm gonna say Carolina.
Yeah, that would be the one to do if you hadn't said them yet. Least points. And I already picked the damn Patriots. Oh, shit.
I don't know. Thinking maybe Steelers. I don't know.
I think Steelers is a good choice. They're not. They are the definition of limping into the playoffs.
That is a great choice. I'm going to steal it from you as well,
All
if
right,
you don't
let's go
mind.
Steelers.
I had Philly first. I thought it said Pitt. Nah, different Pennsylvania town. My whiskey penmanship gets a little bit
That's
whiskey.
a great country song, Whiskey Penmanship.
Whiskey penmanship. All right.
We're moving right through. Okay, we're halfway finished. We are looking for number 7. There's 12 total questions. Damn it, I can't believe we're not in the playoffs this year. For God's sake. We were in the NFC Championship game last year.
Most sacks?
Really thought. Oh,
That's tough.
have I picked them yet? I have not. Just pencil me down right now. I'm Texans all day. That's the one I wanted. I wanted Texans. I wanted sacks, not turnovers. Will Anderson and your boy Kev, James Pierce. They got another rookie.
Yeah.
Who's the other rookie? Is it Walker?
Well, if there's one thing that
Danielle Hunter. I mean, they're just sacking everybody.
there's one thing I know about you, Ken. You know your sacks.
I know my sacks.
I'm going Houston.
Dude, they are. I know I took some heat last year and rightfully so. Last year we talked about if you could start your team with one defensive lineman or edge rusher, who would it be? Or really the two obvious answers were Myles Garrett and T.J. Watt and a couple other guys. Will Anderson was in the conversation last year sneakily. He is one of the best defensive players in the league. Houston by a million, says TR.
Tough.
Dylan, you've already taken Houston.
Yep.
Most sacks.
Did I put Bears or Packers down before?
Bears. So
Bears.
you want to go Packers?
I go Packers.
All
Yeah,
right.
Caleb does run himself into plenty of sacks, and any self-respecting
Jeez,
St.
yeah.
John's cadet will bet on Gonzaga Eagle getting put in the dirt. All right, number 8. Which team quarterback has the highest QBR in Wild Card Weekend? So we're looking for a quarterback on one of these teams who's going to really shine. And this is by the way, this is a sneaky question to throw down after we've already picked so many teams. This might be like an early candidate for a flipper flopper, because for God's sake, I have already. So I need to think hard. Quarterbacks. I picked. All right, yeah, I've already picked the Bill. So you got damn.
I'm going to jump out there and say the Jags. I'm going Trevor on the QBR this weekend.
All right, I'll take 49ers. Brock Purdy. He's good for a good QBR every once in a while. And I'm betting on them to win. Also, but I'm biased because I hate the Eagles. But Brock Purdy, if he's healthy, I mean, God, they need to score a lot of points. Yeah, TR, we're on the same page as always.
Let's see. All right. Herbert was my starting QB in fantasy.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Maybe just sail that because I don't know.
Yeah,
I already took 49ers. I already took Bills. I already took.
Did you take 49ers already? I don't think you did.
I did.
No.
Nope.
You had the 49ers available. You can go, but you can take your guy. I mean, Herbert is probably, and Robert Cohen, that was his first answer. So if you want Herbert, you got him.
You know, I'll keep Herbert here.
There you go.
All right. So we got LAC. Most penalty yards.
Most penalty yards in Wild Card Weekend. This is a good one. I can really burn. This is where I'm going to say the Philadelphia Eagles. Because I need them to lose, and that's going to have to be part of the story.
I'm going with the Chargers.
Yeah. By the way, Vrabel versus Jim Harbaugh is a great coaching matchup.
Yes, of course.
What are you thinking, Shark? This could be.
Well,
I mean, this is really this is a total dice roll.
I think I only have Eagles and Panthers left
You got
in wild card.
No, there's 4 left.
Well, you don't pick Broncos, right?
Yeah. So you have 6 and 6, so 12 total teams.
Yeah,
and
all right, so I have Panthers. I have Eagles left.
No, you don't have the Pats left.
Bills. Maybe Bills.
Yep, you have all three of those left, plus one more.
Steelers probably. Oh no,
Yeah.
you picked them already.
Jags.
Picked them. Keep asking.
Rams.
Yep, picked them.
Picked them.
49ers.
Nope.
You want the 49ers?
Hated it.
I'll take Eagles here.
Nice. Always want to wish ill will on the city of brotherly love. Which team has the most rushing yards in wild card weekend? It's getting tight. We each have 3 teams left to pick. Your 3 teams are Carolina, Buffalo, and San Fran. My 3 teams are Pittsburgh, Chargers. Is that true? I think I picked the Chargers
Most
yet.
rushing yards. All right. Finally get the bust out. The Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, that would have been a nice one.
James
to have.
Cook and Josh Allen get to running.
All right, Shark, Carolina, Buffalo, San Fran.
Buffalo.
Yeah, you saved a good one for that one. Damn. All right, so I have Chicago, Green Bay. I got the Chicago Green Bay all day, and the Chargers. All right, so I'll take the winner of the Chicago Green Bay game, I guess. I think Green Bay is going to win. I'm going to go Green Bay. I think the winner of that game has to rush for the most yards. I don't know why it would be them, but I don't think it's Chicago. You know what? This doesn't count as a flip-flop. Give me Chicago. They're going to run the ball, and they're going to run it with success, I think. All right, number 11. Which team is most likely to have a kick return, punt return, or turnover, scoop and score, pick 6 in wild card weekend? Carolina or 49ers for you? Green Bay or Chargers for me? I'll say Packers.
I'm going with the 49ers.
Oh,
You're San Fran and Carolina.
yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah. 49ers.
Oh.
You think Panthers here?
So the Panthers have come out on top of games I don't understand how they came out on top of. And so something, to me, that's the game that something totally stupid is going to happen.
PU, Carolina. PU.
Yeah.
Dowdle is going to fumble. Young's going to fumble. But
Which team successfully kicks the longest field goal in wild
Who
card
do I
weekend?
got
Nice.
left?
I got the Chargers left.
Dicker the kicker?
I got Cameron Dicker, the kicker.
You son of a gun.
I got Panthers. My only pick.
Yeah.
I got a Windy City badass, no chance, Green Bayer.
And and the kicker with the longest 2 kicks in NFL history is playing at home against the Buffalo Bills. Can you believe this guy, Cam Little? We talk about kickers and how they get guys fired, like John Harbaugh.
Wait, who do you got? So LAC and then Carolina for Dylan.
Carolina for Dylan. All right, so everyone gets one flip flop. We don't really have a graphic for what we have yet, but you know what? I'm okay. I don't need a flip flop unless you guys want to flip flop.
I'm good.
I'm
good. I'm good.
How is number 7 still up there? Let's go with Cam Little. So I guess I didn't even know they had the distinction between the longest indoor and the longest outdoor field goal. 68 yards for the longest. I mean, well, he has the 2 longest field goals in NFL history, and one of them's indoor and one of them's outdoor. And I thought Brandon Aubrey was the best kicker in the league. Maybe I still think that. But if you're in field goal position at midfield, that's a freaking hell of an advantage. And we know for a fact that we haven't had a kicker who was in field goal range at midfield and since Chip Lohmiller or was it Sam Cox back in the day? Steve Cox.
Steve
Cox. Pittsburgh outdoors. Jacksonville outdoors. New England outdoors. Carolina outdoors. Philadelphia outdoors. Chicago outdoors. Every game in the wild card round will be played outside in the weather. No one's kicking in a dome. That's good for this question. And also because in wild
That
card
helps
round,
me.
it
That
does
helps me.
helps you a lot. And listen, everyone gives us a hard time for harping on kickers. This is the playoffs. Some of these games are going to be decided by kickers. Everybody, that's how it goes. And that is there's some really good ones in the playoffs. Not the best ones. Well. Arguably one of the best ones in actually the two best ones. I think Cam Dicker I think is the most accurate in NFL history, and Cam Little has the two longest kicks in NFL history. So, anyways, those things matter. Let's see. We have the brackets reset after week 1. That was the comment here from the football stars guy, mid Maryland football stars. Yeah, exactly. That's true. When we get the bracket for next week, it will reflect the highest seeds playing the lowest seeds and so on and so forth, which, by the way, is the right thing to do. I love reseeding. I think it's everyone like why wouldn't you reseed?
I agree.
So, and that's what you can't.
One star quarterback goes down, and the whole season's based on that. Like it's just too much. I love football. Reseed makes perfect sense.
That's
to me.
right.
You play a long ass regular season, a long ass brutal physical regular.
If you're the
season,
best one, if you come in as number one,
you deserve to reap those rewards. You absolutely do. Although, to be fair, the bye weeks have killed college football. 7 of 8 buys gotten smoked. But in the NFL, these guys are, they're not in college. You know what I'm saying?
I can't believe the bye week thing in college football and the fact that
only Indiana survived.
How much they survived. They didn't just survive.
Yeah.
They feasted. God, they're racing for a championship and a Brink's truck full of money for Signetti to go to Vegas. We'll see. I mean, listen, who knows? If the Godfather calls and says, I want you to come perform at my casino.
It looks like they hired someone from Breaking Bad to come coach the Las Vegas Raiders. Come on. They're going to look for a little more personality than Kurt Signetti.
As the football fans that we are, it's to us, it's like emotional and sentimental. Signetti should stay in Indiana, make the $9 million a year that he's making. By the way, his incentives and escalators are out of this world. I mean, that's how they got him locked in. Because Indiana is a smart school, best business school in the country.
Very smart school. Do you guys know what a Hoosier is? You're asking me all these questions.
Yeah,
you go to the school in the Hoosier State. Just saying, my mom was born there.
Wasn't it? Is a cow? Some kind of a cow?
What is a Hoosier?
It's not a cow. I thought it was a
By
cow.
definition.
Isn't that a restaurant?
By definition,
With
it's
girls?
a resident of Indiana. But
okay.
But what is it? It's because the damn farmers are so far away that instead of who's there, it's terrible.
Who's here?
Hoosier.
Who's
They
here?
turned into Hoosier.
Hoosier.
It's a horrible, horrible trivia question. Aren't you glad I stopped the show for it?
Yes. But you know what?
Stuff you guys might want to know that about the state you live
Hoosier.
in.
But so it is from Who's Here?
That's goddamn what it means.
The Hoosiers. I love it. I mean, anything that's like local.
I'm just glad I'm not from Indiana.
Yeah. But now they've won, basketball titles. They're about to win a national championship in football. They have the best.
The Big Ten hasn't won a basketball title in 5,000 years.
I know.
I think it was 2000. 2000. Mateen Cleaves. Tom Izzo. It's the last time the Big Ten won a basketball title. So Indiana hasn't won a basketball title since I don't even want to say it.
And Maryland beat them, I believe, in the finals.
They did.
For a championship.
That was 02.
In 02. Mike Davis? Not Mike Davis. Was it Mike Davis? What was the coach? That guy, the short-lived coach. I think it was Mike Davis.
Mike Davis was the coach, but was he the coach of that team?
I think he was.
Yeah. Where did he come from? Baylor, maybe?
Wasn't he on the bench though he was interim and then interim, as you like to say.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I don't know either. No one knows. I think he should stay there, and I think college football will be great with Signetti establishing a dynasty at a place that's never been good at college football.
It's cool.
The best story possible, even though it's right in your backyard. By the way, Notre Dame and Indiana should start playing on an annual basis.
I know.
Well, now they should. It was
Now
a snooze fest before Stranger Things came out. No one ever wanted to see that game.
Now
look.
Come on, Hawkins. Have you been to Hawkins yet?
Hoosier.
Is that a real place?
Hoosier.
Is that real?
I'm sure there's a
do
place
not
called
think
Hawkins.
After what
There's
they did
no
to that
way.
city, I do not believe there's a real place called Hawkins.
You shouldn't go there, by the way.
No. There's no Hawkins.
There's got to be a
Those
Hawkins.
80s ridiculousness. They combine like Indiana Jones with every possible.
Did you watch
goddamn-
all the way to the end?
Rambo, and she looked like Rambo at the end. I watched the whole damn thing,
Me too.
all of it,
Hey,
and,
do
I,
you
and I
think
enjoyed the crap out of it.
There's a theory going around that there'll be another episode released.
I just
mean,
hope it's not like the valedictorian. Like I was like,
Yeah.
all right,
Dustin.
do I have to sign someone's goddamn yearbook at the end of this?
Yes.
This is ridiculous. The whole thing was gory and badass, and at the end, they're going to tell the sensitive stories.
It's a spin-off. It's
I
all about
know,
an spin-off.
and it's
I
sad.
have no
and I'm
idea.
all right with that. There's
Yeah, sure.
definitely this is not. We are not done with all of this yet.
we should be. We should be over.
You
and
want things
gone.
to just be end and be done with it and move on to the next thing.
I think they.
Are you
whiffed
familiar with-
season 5?
Okay, listen. I don't. I just. To me, it's just entertaining.
It's entertaining.
It's
It's good 80s shit.
Yeah, it's 80s references, which you don't, are totally appreciate. But it was kind of, it wasn't like the most compelling television I've ever seen. But at the same time, this was characters that we became
It was
invested
cool.
in
It was
and
fun.
story that we were
And
invested
it's-
in.
and it's good. It's
And at least
done.
it wasn't all a freaking dream. You know what I mean? Like I was so concerned that they were going to just wake up and be at the D&D table at the end.
I, on the other hand, was not concerned by that at all.
By that at all. I'm glad. It was wasted. It was a useless worry, as they say.
Ugh,
But
tedious.
I think that there's a little something called a buttload of money that they will make by continuing to release random episodes if they do it. I mean, it's like the Taylor Swift model, right? You just wake up one morning and holy shit, there's a Stranger Things album out. Like, good God. Let's just so, but the we talked about we get the whole Notre Dame needs to play Indiana. Greg Martin wants to know why doesn't Notre Dame join a conference? I don't think Notre Dame should join a conference. They're the only team that can get away with not joining a conference
As of now.
as of now. Well, the rules now, if the rules next year were in place right now, Notre Dame would have been in the playoffs. I mean, they would have had an automatic bid, and so that going forward, as long as they're in the top 12, when the playoffs start, they're automatically in. I don't know. I just say F the NCAA. I've always hated them. They've always tried to like rip off kids. I know the opportunities that so many people have gotten. I get it, but that's only a bunch of rich people telling me why they're so great. Like people have made so much money for like decades on free labor.
I was effing floored. They didn't make it because of the financial.
Yes.
I was like, oh my God, they didn't take Notre Dame. Jesus.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not. Oh my God. I
And then
couldn't
Notre
believe
Dame
it.
went double bird on whatever bowl call. They were like, there's some, you just know some
I'm
guy was
sorry.
like, oh,
no one
yes.
wants to go to the doo-doo bowl buster.
We're getting,
It's so bad. It's
the
like,
chairman of the Doo-Doo Bowl Buster was
Jesus Christ.
beside himself. He's like, oh my God, we're getting Notre Dame. It's going to be so good. Hey, will you play in the Doo-Doo Bowl Buster game?
Yeah.
And Notre Dame was like, no freaking chance we're coming to the Doo-Doo Bowl Buster
but
game.
come on.
Dude, it's the Doo-Doo Bowl Buster.
There's like 70 people. They're going to be so pissed. This
So-
game stunk, and I love. Here's the thing: the games are so cool for the kids. They get treated like gold, so I dig it because I know that those kids are walking out with a swag bag, a great experience with their brothers. So I dig it. But as a consumer, I don't need to watch.
No.
I entrust those young men had a great experience and they were treated properly the way they should be after 4 or 5 years or 6, 7 of hard ass work.
That's right.
I'm
COVID.
just saying they deserve to get what
COVID.
they get, all of them. But I don't have to watch this crap. That's all.
That's
and,
right.
I do dig this tournament. It's saving a lot of things for me, but they got to figure out how to figure out the rest.
It's going to be more
figure out how to
teams.
figure out the
Your
rest.
your idea is the best. I mean, just like
I'm a
start
D3
really
guy. It's the D-
looking
it's the
hard
D3.
at the
Yeah.
lower levels.
Yeah.
I mean, Illinois State and Montana played a freaking awesome game last
Yeah,
night.
man.
1 point overtime win.
Mhm.
And it was good football. So if you put Notre Dame or Alabama or Ohio State or Indiana in any of these games, they're going to be fun. We're going to get rid of all the Doo-Doo Bowl Buster games, and it's going
They're
to
gonna
be
do
replaced
something.
by a bigger field.
They should play in the. There should be some ball games. There should be.
Yeah.
It's a great experience for the kids, but damn, man, we don't need to be like, I don't know. It just seems like it's getting.
No more parades.
And then it's 37-13 with 2 minutes into the third quarter.
Yep.
And you've been seriously, you've been sold a bill of false goods.
Yes.
You're like, oh my God, it's gonna be this, and then it sucks. And the announcers I just can't handle it.
So here's what I think the biggest problem with
I
the
should
current
just not
system
watch,
is.
but I have to watch.
I know, and that's
It's
the thing.
ball.
So there actually is good football being played in these games. There's good coaching. There's great players. These guys are going to the NFL. They're developing, and they're going to enter the portal. They're going to end up playing for Indiana, Notre Dame, and Ohio State, and Georgia next year. But no one freaking cares because it's not the playoffs. And like it's a fun trip. Like if Notre Dame goes to a bowl game, obviously we're talking about meeting up somewhere and going and having a fun weekend. And that's what it is.
Son, I'll see you at the Doo-Doo Bowl.
We're going to the
Don't
Doo-Doo
be
Bowl.
late.
Doo-Doo Bowl it is. But that's what it's for, a good road trip. But it's no longer for it's just like the Super Bowl. These things aren't for hardcore fans anymore. It's a corporate. These are corporate events. If you're going to have them, but put something on the line. All those games have to be playoff games. All the stadiums that host these games. And like the Doo-Doo Bowl committees, all for every single one of these ballbuster, organizations, they're still going to get games, and they should be happy because now they're going to be meaningful games. Now it's going to be the second round of a game. It's going to be Tennessee versus Texas. You know what I mean? And those will be great games, and we'll care and we'll watch.
Well, it's because, like Greg said, we don't need a 6-6 and 7-5 team in the OnlyFans Bowl.
Ooh, no, we don't. What about the Top Fans Bowl?
Well, I do think you're supposed to watch that bowl by yourself.
It is. It's meant to be enjoyed solamente.
No.
Hey, Rhett.
As T-Bird would say, we went too late.
That's
1 minute too late.
And Rhett's, as always, accurate. Anyone worth their weight in gold is
true.
not playing a doo-doo ballbuster bowl game.
But I'll also say this to you. Cade Klubnik did not have the greatest college career, but I think he's kind of a prototype-ish dude you need in this league. He went out and played with his brothers. I thought that was so cool. He's going to be one of the top 4 or 5 quarterbacks that gets drafted.
Yep.
So guys like that, as a football fan, I'm like, you know what? This dude has everything to lose, but he wants to be out there with his brothers one last time because of the experience he had. I dig the shit out of that.
Yep.
So I watched that entire game and rooted for Cade Klubnik. So I'm not saying I'm such a miserable college football fan.
Yeah.
You can find little diamonds in the rough, but there's very few and far in between. Because like Rhett said, that's what everyone's doing. All the good players are opting out and going to the games, being good teammates, but
they're getting the best seat in the house.
Right. But still, that's not what we want to see. This is bullshit.
I love when
Go ahead, Klubnik. I appreciate
the Klubnik for sure. And speaking of Klubnik, Trinidad Chambliss, the dude from Ole Miss.
Yeah.
God, he's
great
good.
badass story. D2, badass. Such a cool story.
He's if you watch him, he's a dude. He's gonna play at the next level. I promise you. I don't know how it translates exactly, but he can handle pressure. He can throw on the run, and he can hurt you with his legs. That's all you need to know.
He's very good, and he's seasoned because he played college football for years. And
Yes.
he's not a high school guy.
And he can put
What
he can make
sucks
it
is-
rain with his arm.
What sucks is that's how they're recruiting now, and high school kids are getting shitted on.
Totally.
Unless you're a 4 or 5 star, you are entering a new universe that no one can possibly explain or comprehend.
You got to work your way through the
good
minor
luck.
leagues.
You got to go play at some school and then transfer. But some
Yes.
kids don't want to do that shit. Some kids like where they're at. And
Yep.
and they're Nate Kariski just went from went from Wake to Louisville. Now he's going to Duke with an extra year for the tight end from Gonzaga. I'm like, awesome, but man, I can't remember where he was last. I want to root for him on Saturdays,
crazy.
but I can't remember which of the 3 schools he's been at in the last 5 years, and that shit makes it tougher.
Can you imagine transferring from Notre Dame just to play football for someone else? I mean,
That's
obviously, no one's
insane.
leaving. No one's leaving a place like the top 5 or 6 schools. They're terminal. That's the major leagues, or maybe the top 10. They're paying top dollar. You're not leaving Notre Dame to go somewhere else for more money. You're leaving Notre Dame because because someone's ahead of you on the depth chart. That's what's happening there. But like, Nate Carroll just not being able to. I say Nate Carroll. That's my guy.
Kariski,
Nate
Kariski.
Kariski. Nate Carroll is one of my buddies. Shout out Nate. 3 different colleges. But that's
And he did great academically. He
Yeah.
went to Wake. Like, the dude's a smart guy.
and he's probably getting a couple bucks. I'm sure he is.
Ken, he's getting a bag with some stacks in it.
Yeah.
Because when you're smart, you don't need to be forced to do things like that. He's making his calls. because he's a damn good player.
Yep.
Is what I'm saying. And he's earned the right to do
Can
that.
you imagine? Let's say you're a kid who's probably like, I don't know if Nate's going to play in the NFL. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But there's a million of those players who are making anywhere from like 50,000 to a couple 100,000 a year, bouncing around from one college to the next. By the end of their college career, that would have otherwise been for free, 4 years in one place, maybe 5 years in one place. Now they've put together, I mean, damn close to $1 million for playing college football. So, first of all, no college debt. You got
Well, that's all that matters.
money in the bank.
No debt. No debt.
No debt. And
No
and
debt.
cash if you haven't already spent it all. Derek Elphick, who's a friend of the show and one of our partners and co-hosts, famously said he was called by a German professional basketball team to come play. After college, he went to Scranton, and they were like they were setting up like these savings accounts for their players because their players weren't saving money, and they were trying to protect these young kids. And so Derek calls up and he's like, "Here's the deal. Like, I'll come play. I'd love to come play. I'll play for you guys, but I'm not saving any money. Like, he goes,
In fact, I'd like a cash advance."
Yes. He's like, "I'd like it all in cash on Tuesdays." But he said, he goes, "Just so we're clear, like, I'm not coming to Europe as a 23-year-old basketball player to save for my future. I'm coming to enjoy Europe." And he did. And God bless him. But like that, to come out of college with with some scratch. I mean, for God's sake, I was cashing savings bonds to pay my rent when I was, 23 years old. These guys aren't worried about shit like that.
I revert back to the OnlyFansBowl.com and I have no comment.
Yes. All right. We're going to come back in 7 days. Next week here, check this out. I wanted to throw this up. We're going to do this either next. We're going to try to do this next week. We're going to start anyways. This is what we did last year. Highest priority, interested. Thank you for your service. We're going to put all of this is last year's group of people saying sayonara contractually at the end of the year, and we decided how to rank them. You can see how we did. But I like these categories. I think this is a good show. I think we need to do a show focused on the players that are leaving, and I think next week is as good a week as any. We know who they are. There's a list. And
don't worry, y'all. We're getting to the music and the fun stuff too. It's coming.
Yep, we're gonna talk it's gonna be a fun off season. It is. I mean, yet again, I always, I love John Feinstein, may rest in peace, right? When he wrote the book Season on the Brink in 1975 or whatever about that Indiana Hoosiers team that was 1 year away from winning it all, and he covered that off season, and or that season. We were doing off season on the brink, off season on the brink yet again. 12-5, 5-12, third date year. Kevin, it's the third date year. Time to order the lobster.
And what did Brian Daboll do with Josh Allen in year 3? Check it out yourselves.
What would Brian Daboll do? Wasn't it the South Park movie?
What would Brian Daboll do? He's going to have a fresh pair of freaking 11s, some 3s and 4s in the mix. He's kind of a cool guy, and I kind of want him to be a part of this program, to be honest. So
I bet he'd kick an ass or two. That's what Brian Daboll would do. On behalf of my man Shark Meringolo.
Hey, awesome to have you down here, brother.
Oh yeah, I was able to even get it. How you doing?
Don't hurt yourself, Ken.
Yeah. I'm hurting myself.
No, this was fun. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Good luck back. You leave on Sunday back in Keenan. Appreciate you spreading the Thank God It's Tuesday love.
Yep.
And when we have our
Thank God It's Tuesday Jeremiah Keenan love.
The Jeremiah.
Just
Keenan
being
love.
honest.
Yep. We're gonna make Tuesdays a thing. All
right.
Celebrate on Tuesdays.
Celebrate on Tuesdays. It's the sneaky way to positivity of life. Kevin Ricca.
My wife says it's not that sneaky anymore. But also, she does allow me to keep coming, and you guys keep coming, and I love it. And we've been doing this for a long, long time. And having Dylan down here was awesome today. That chair can't be filled by anybody, and we won't do that ever. But today we did a great job of it. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
You got it, brother.
Thank God it's Tuesday. Off season on the brink. Back in 7 days. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Let's get out on a little bit of the sweet.
Thanks, guys.
Subtle sounds of EO. Remember, Everywhere is Bangkok. EO. That's our next song. Where are we at here?
I don't know that.
Parentheses.
Parentheses, if you're Cliff
Yeah,
Kingsbury.
that's important.
That kind of is important, by the way. That's very important.
I almost left here tonight, not knowing the second portion of that. And what would I have done all week?
It
until
would have
next
been
Tuesday until
a
you-
entirely different song.
Oh Jesus! Do you realize what could have happened?
Uh,
God, it's Tuesday.
we're still live.
Pull up a seat, talking Commanders football, drinking our whiskey neat. First Amendment sports, Ken, Kevin, and Tim. Don't muff it up, fellas, hail to the Redskins.
It just hits every time, doesn't it?
It does.
It does.
So simple,
So well done.
so sweater vesty.
Thank God it's Tuesday. I will wear one. I will wear a sweater vest and shake my ass in this. It's 2026, man. I don't give a shit.
Mm,
Is this AI?
yes.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Or EO did.
Tuesday.
And they
It's actually EO.
EO. What did I say? EO. Yeah, I said EI. It's not just AI. It's EI, but also EO.
It's also EOAI. 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 Right?
Yep. Oh yeah. EO.
I say like a
It's Tuesday. Here on First Amendment Sports. Thank God it's Tuesday. Thank God it's Tuesday.
A little horn action. All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Oh, we're getting horny.